Equine veterinary medicine in Oakham has been established for over 100 years, I believe. I'm a very late part of that, joining the practice here on the outskirts of Oakham in 2007. I joined the partnership in 2009, and on this new site we've invested fairly heavily in our expansion and growth to make sure we've got what we feel is a great facility for our patients. The last 2-3 years have been a sort of three-phase development. The first thing we did in that development was build this dedicated stud barn which we're stood in now. This allows us to have all our mares and foals in under camera observation. We've got a dedicated AI stocks for mares and safe place for foals, and we also have a separate stallion facility with a collection dummy and a dedicated stud lab as well, all in one barn. Phase 2 was the student accommodation, so we have clinical students from Nottingham in their final year. They can now live on site. The tracked equine keen students will now be part of the out of hours rota so they can see emergency procedures. We also moved our outpatient consult rooms into a new building to separate outpatient and theatre spaces. And in that new outpatient building, we've got a dedicated scanning room, a gantry x-ray system, more consulting rooms, and a sort of nurse hub where we've got all our imaging software and client records. Phase 3 of the development was installation of CT right next to theatre and a improved flow of the theatre process so that there is a definite dirty to clean flow, again optimising the case cleanliness and hygiene. It's been important because it's kept our momentum, it's kept our growth happening. Our investment has enabled our growth, and it's also meant that in our 10-year plan the flow of the hospital and the flow of patients in the hospital has improved at each step. So it worked well when it was first built as a small clinic, if you like. We've now grown into a bigger hospital with MRI, scintigraphy and now CT, and the location and flow of those cases works, in our mind, best for the patient. It keeps us on our toes. We've got to be abreast of it, ahead of it and with it, particularly for sports horses, competition horses, or very sick horses, whether they're under professional sphere or not. Clients are very aware of latest developments, and we have to keep up with the times and be ahead of the times to some extent. We've always had vets working on horses next door to other vets working on horses, which means that if you've got a case or an image or an opinion that you need, you can literally just walk 3 paces, ask a colleague, what do you think about this? Have you seen one of these? Please could you have a quick look at this x-ray? And there's instantly that support, if it's a security blanket or a pat on the shoulder or a curveball for something you hadn't thought about. It means that you're not isolated and you're fighting with the difficulties of the case. You've got someone you can always ask, and we do that every day, almost with every case. We treat some fantastic horses for some great clients, and 2 years ago at Burley we had the first 2 on the podium, which we thought, wow, what an occasion. And then this badminton, we were very lucky that we cared for the first 3 horses, so first, second and third at badminton 2019. I think people get different things out of their job. Mine is seeing a horse achieve at the level it's most to and have an exceptional performance and being part of that. It may have nothing to do with what I've done, but just being part of that relationship, part of that team, part of that sort of backroom staff is very special. I enjoy the competitive aspects of the work. The horse is competing, and this year is involved in the care of a horse that won the Fox Hunters at Aintree, and that horse winning was one of the best moments I've ever had. I wasn't there, I was watching it on a computer screen upstairs in an office, but it was pretty special.